Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. The Russians somehow, ran out of missiles and drones, but they conduct aerial attacks on Kiev in Ukraine. They conducted an aerial attack last night between the 1st and 2nd of June 2023, and obviously the Ukrainian defense systems blew up most of them. So let's see what these two articles that I have here have to say on the matter. One comes from Ukrainska Pravda, the other one I took from the Kiev Independent. Let's start with Ukrainska Pravda. Russians attacked Kiev at night using 15 missiles and 18 Shahed drones. Preliminary reports indicate that on the night of 1st to 2nd of June, the Russians launched an attack on Kiev with 15 cruise missiles and 18 Shahed drones. All Russian aerial targets were destroyed by Ukrainian air defense. None of them escaped. You believe that? I don't. And I'm quoting, preliminary report. Last night, the enemy used 15 cruise missiles, type to be specified, and parentheses, and 18 Iranian attack Shahed UAVs for strikes. All these aerial targets were destroyed by our defenders. The information is being specified. End quote. Background. Earlier, Serhiy Popko, head of the Kiev City Military Administration, reported that on the night of 1 to 2 June, air defense detected and destroyed more than 30 aerial targets of various types in the airspace over Kiev and around the capital. So let's move on to the next article, which is going to say the same thing. Russia attacks Ukraine with 15 cruise missiles, 18 drones in June 2nd overnight aerial attack. So the same thing here, all drones were shot down by Ukrainian air defense. Alright, so the same thing here. It says Russia has been launching continuous air attacks against the city over the past week, with the June 2nd attack marking the 6th consecutive day of drone strikes. A Russian aerial attack on Kiev overnight on June 1st killed 3 civilians, including 2 children and 3 ladies and 3 this and kindergarten and hospital and all that. Okay. I personally do not believe, I don't know, because I'm, thick-headed, whatever the Ukrainian military administration of Kiev tell us. Why? Because they all lie over there, they all lie on the other side. It doesn't mean that cannot be true what they said. I just have big doubts that it's true. And on the other hand, my big doubts that it is true, what they're saying, is also based on the fact that I can't verify it. I mean, first you have a source that it's not trustworthy whatsoever, however you want to call it. It's nothing to do with Ukrainians per se. It has to do with the war, it has to do with the military, it has to do with the circumstances. So that's what it is. And how could I trust how should I put it? I don't even want to call it an organization, but an entity that is at war with another entity, cannot create panic, must show force and that they're winning to the population and everybody else, forbade people from videotaping and posting the reality over Kiev, and they are the only source that is legitimate, or how should I put it, allowed to inform us about it. No. How can I verify it? I can't. I'm going to listen to the Russians saying the same thing. Oh, we destroyed all of the targets. Another group that I can't trust. Before they allowed, people to post and see what's going on, what explosions. Well, they didn't like that. Why? Because that contradicted their lie. The prime example was that night when Kiev was attacked with hypersonic missiles, and again the Russians said they blew up a Patriot defense system in Kiev. Remember, I made a video on that. The Ukrainians and everybody else says none of the Patriot systems was touched, all intact. And then they say, well, minor scratches. And they say, well, insignificant scratches on the Patriot. And then I said, well, everything was fixed. The Americans have to bring their mechanics over there, I don't know, from Washington, D.C., I guess, all right, and fix something and they're operational right now. So, and then what they do? The footage that was released by civilians, showing the attack and explosions, they were how do you call it, handed, not subpoenaed, but they were handed something of suspicion. I can't remember the term. That means they will be arrested if they do it again, and they will be charged. Therefore, do not tell us, everybody else, what's going on. We will tell everybody else. I don't want that. I don't want that. It's like the government comes and tells you you have a surplus. Believe me. No, I don't believe you. I want to see it. I want to see various entities, organizations, independent, telling me the same thing, showing me and this and that, and show it in the territory. I just don't. No, it doesn't work this way. So they want this to work this way, but I'm sorry, I can't take it. Why do I can't take it as they give it to me like that? What I can say is, yes, it was a drone attack. There were cruise missiles, there were drones over Kiev. I'm pretty sure some were destroyed in the air. I'm pretty sure some destroyed whatever targets they were assigned. How many? I do not know, but I'm 99% certain that they did not destroy all the drones. I don't have the evidence, as I said. I don't know, it just don't trust those guys for the reasons I already mentioned. They don't let anybody else show us a different version. That means, excuse me, you have the monopoly on truth. I'm not going to give it to you. But hey, it's a war and we can do this. Well, there are limits of how much you can do. You can't just come and, take my children because it's a war. And with that reasoning, you can take everything I own. Everything. Because it's a war. Well, if it's really like that, then I have a few questions. Where are you winning or are you losing? Why? Because when you lose, you get desperate, and you start doing things that you haven't done when you are more relaxed. And this tells me there's not relaxed at all. You would be relaxed if you would destroy all the targets. You would be relaxed, more relaxed. I understand. They're gonna show the location. They already know the location. Do you think that the video will show where the location is? They know where the locations are. When they send the drones or whatever missiles they send, I'm not gonna go through that again. You send it as a test to see who's shooting at, and they're observing from up there with coordinates and other. I mean, these guys really think that we are so dumb that a video from someone's apartment will show a general area of where the missiles go, and the Russians will do it in real time to know that that's where they are. And even if they know, I heard the Patriot missiles destroy everything, so why are you afraid? Send everything to that location. The Patriot will do it, or not. You know what I mean? I mean, if Patriot destroy everything in the air, I don't know, send them to them. Do you think these guys don't know where they are located? Do you think that the Patriot systems were not blown up? The Russians already say they blew them all up, but then you have a prime minister of another country saying, no, that's a lie. How do you know? And the information comes from where? From the Ukrainians? Again, you have one not trustworthy source. Not because they are Ukrainians. I want to emphasize that. It's because of the circumstances, which is war. And it's a martial law over there, which is another thing. And, people take advantage. Because that's the way some people, I would say all people, do in certain circumstances. Things are stressful over there, obviously, so they can't afford giving any information. And I got that too. But I also have the right to be skeptical. Very much. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.